Frankie here at the Champion Soccer Academy down Swansea Beach. Spring is here. It's brightening up. It's still a little bit fresh, but a lot better than last week. Why have I come to Swansea Beach? Well, this is where hundreds of players honed their skills all along the beach. The likes of Terry Medwin, Cliffy Jones, other players developed and honed their skills here, went on to play at the top level. Terry Medwin and Cliffy Jones went on to play for Swansea, Wales, Spurs, won the double, the league and the cup in the 60s in the famous Spurs side, and would, be worth tens of millions of pounds in talent in today's market. So I'm just aware of it because my father's family, like Cliffy Jones and Terry Medwin, they're from the Sandfields. My nana used to run the Clarence pub, which would be well known to a lot of Swans fans. My grandfather Barney, that I never actually got to meet because he passed away before I was born. He was with the Swans development squads as a youth player, so I was aware of it. My uncle used to bang on about the great players who came from beach soccer in Swansea, and street soccer would have been very big back then as well. But unfortunately, thanks to so many cars on the road, stranger danger, technology, it's quite a change in society. We've got an obesity epidemic. We've got all kinds of problems with kids having mental health issues because they're not getting out and about, they're not getting active. Obesity, all kinds of issues. Whereas, back in the 60s, like, there was a quote from Bobby Charlton. He said, when England won the World Cup in '66, he said, the World Cup wasn't actually won at Wembley, it was won on the streets of England. And you could apply the same to Wales, with the beach soccer and the streets of Wales, where we produced a lot of top players. And also kids were able to get out and get active, develop their social skills. I'm not trying to make out it was all a bed of roses. I'm sure kids got into scrapes, got into arguments, kicking each other, not passing each other the ball, but it was unadulterated time where they could express themselves. They could make lots of mistakes without adults screaming and shouting at them, without being thrown into competition before they were ready for it. Not that I'm against competition. I think competition is great. Competitive drive is really important in sport and in life. But what worries me is when kids are thrown into it before they're ready. And that's why I believe coaching can be very powerful to get kids ready for the challenges of sport and the challenges of life. And even if we look at the street soccer generations of past decades, the one thing they were missing, even after the demise of beach soccer, even before that, we could have done with some quality coaching. We had some great managers, Shankly, Busby and so on, but what we didn't have was a culture of coaching. And that's why a lot of countries sort of overtook the UK teams, the likes of Holland, who came from nowhere with a small population. They had a great coaching culture. Italy, Spain, France and so on. So it's about, in my opinion, it's about getting the balance between the best of both worlds, the creativity, the free play, the playing without fear, and the trial and error that you get from street soccer, beach soccer, but also then having the support, the guidance from coaches. And that's what we aim to have at the Champion Soccer Academy. This month we've got 2 weeks of free training, so if you want to get in on the action, please just click on the link down below or enter your details. You get a free t-shirt, a number of other things which we'll go through when you book in. All right, speak to you soon.